Long. Well, when you do that, you kind of prove your point, and that's what you're supposed to do when you get a chance. I'm so happy for him. I said before the game to the staff, I hope he goes big, and because we need to win. Like, we needed to win, and he changed us offensively because he spread the court. In the first half, he passed up like 4 shots, and we're all like saying, shoot it. And I got a shout out to Brian Lane and Transy because they really helped us in what we did. And Dante there was 6 out of 10, but it got him going. He was exactly the same way in the first half. He didn't, and then he goes and he starts making shots and he makes one after the other in that, which put him in a great frame of mind. So I've already texted Brian and told him to tell his team thank you.
Kyle Tucker will come to you next.
Cal, what did Dante do tonight that you hadn't seen him do yet? Or how has he gotten to the point that he could do something like this where maybe he wasn't before?
Well, again, you guys know last year, the injuries and all the other stuff that we went through. But like at the beginning of this year, there's been signs of this. But again, you know, you're playing behind some guys that you're proving now that they should be playing behind me. He changes our team. The reason we couldn't score, and you guys all know it, guys couldn't make shots. And it doesn't matter what you run, you know, and it becomes contagious. And I'll tell you what, it bleeds into free throw shooting. So him being able to do that, I told the team after, he's earned more minutes, and some guys are going to end up having to play less. And the way we finished the game, I thought Devin was out. I was in the room. I was pacing. I probably put on like 3 miles in there, watching it on ESPN on my phone. But I thought Devin, they fought. There was a play late where he just fought for a ball that a guy had an easy basket and he didn't give up on it. How about Olivier, how he played? Unbelievable. And then all we talked about all week, 10 rebounds, he got 14 and made the big 3 that spread the game open. After Luke missing 2 game winners, it shows what he is. And Lance, I thought Lance fought crazy and did good stuff. So, you know, these kids deserved something good to happen, and it did. And again, you know, I know you're going to say, did you do this on purpose? Did you, you know, people say did it on purpose. Look, the first one, yes, I did. Yes, I did, because there were 2 or 3 things that happened that we weren't going to have a chance to win if it didn't change. The second one was, you know, okay, but, you know, I was happy. How about my staff? All those guys on the bench, and they stayed in that zone, and everybody's been telling me we got to play more zone. But, you know, I think, again, it's going to be a game-to-game thing. But let's get back to this. We've had guys that had to wait their turn and then prove themselves. Dante's attitude was so good, never changed, always a great kid, coming in, spending extra time, and now he had his chance. And now all of Kentucky's going crazy. And you know what? You could say, Cal, you screwed this season up. Maybe I did. But I'll tell you this. I said it every year. Every one of these kids will get a chance to prove that they should play more or less. They will get a chance. Some guys don't take advantage like Dante did. Dante took advantage. This was a big-time win now. Big-time win.
Jerry Tipton will come to you next.
John, I apologize if you've already been asked this, but earlier, I think last month, you said getting ejected at Arkansas was like a pivotal thing, kind of changed the whole season. I don't necessarily, were you thinking about that at the moment or afterwards? But in any case, can this win do something like that?
That's, Jerry, it's I don't know if I've ever said this before. That is a good question. I don't think I've ever said that to you. Have I?
No.
Okay. So mark down this date because I probably won't ever say it again. But here's what I will tell you. When I walked off, I said, this is either going to be a good thing or a bad thing. And then when we started making our run, there was a lot of time now. So I knew it wasn't 4 minutes. It was 9. So we watched it, and I'm in there with Kevin Sargent, and I'm like pacing and going, and it gets close, and now I'm saying this could turn into the same thing. What I did after the game, I snuck in the back of the locker room in the far corner before they came in, because I just wanted to enjoy that celebration. I wanted to see it. I wanted to enjoy it. And I wanted to remember why I do what I do, to see that kind of stuff. And then doing it without me, which is even better. It's better. They don't need me. What we've practiced and what we've done, there was a lot of carry. We're still making errors. We are. There's still some breakdowns on execution. But we just needed to win one to get going. And now to start the season off, we're 1-0. All this other stuff, we're 1-0. We use preseason to get us ready for our league play. And you know what? It got us ready.
Daryl Bird, you're next.
Yeah, John, you've seen in baseball, a hitter will go like an 0 for 40 slump. If you can just get that one hit to go through, it can change everything. I'm curious, does that work the same with the team to finally punch through just the pressure that comes off getting that one breakthrough?
Maybe, but here it is again. It was one guy. Now, Davion played okay, but he made one big play. Lance fought. Jacob played okay, but he made that. Devin missed a shot, and he tips that in. That was a huge play. But the team changes when you have one guy that we're doing all of our stuff, and that guy spaces the court. You end up playing 4-on-4 now. But we got some other guys that got to play better. And I told them, if you fall in line with the execution, you'll start playing better as an individual player.
John,
I don't know if that answered the question, but well, let me say this. In a baseball sense, if there's nobody getting hits, what does somebody do with the bats? They go over with another bat and start whacking at the bats because no one can get a hit. And for us, it's contagious. Like Dante made a bunch, and then all of a sudden, Olivier makes one, which was the biggest play of the game to get it to where we had a little bit of a gap.
Okay, time for 2 more. John Wong, you're first.
Hey, John, you said you use the pre-conference to get ready for the conference. We also hear you always say that you use the conference to get ready for March. How are you preparing this team differently? Are you still playing for March?
Yes, absolutely we are. Absolutely we are. I'm just watching football teams that were like 3-8 playing in bowl games. We don't know where any of this stuff is going. I'm trying to, my mission through all this, and my heart has not changed. I can't do stuff for kids that they have to do for themselves. Like Dante had to do this. He had to work his way, and now he's earned that spot. Here's what I would say. We're 1-0 in our league. Everybody that's watched us knows how close we were. And I know there are people close, our fans will go crazy and they have a right to. It's Kentucky. But everybody else is looking and saying, you guys are right there, man. You got a chance. But we needed something good to happen. The Notre Dame, the Louisville, all these, they make a bank, we miss a. I mean, we needed something good to happen. That locker room, again, what I did, why I was in the back, I just wanted to remind myself, this is why you do this for these young people. And so, like I said, our goals have not changed. I wish our schedule was different. Oh, everybody will be mad. You're Kentucky. Listen, we put a schedule together. It wasn't fair for these kids, and I said it. But the struggle, the crisis, and all the other things, it either makes you stronger or it breaks you down. Are you ready for this? You deal when that struggle comes, it's only temporary. It isn't unless you quit and give up, then it is permanent. All the stuff that happens is a moment in time. Are you learning and getting better from it? But the only thing in sport, sometimes you get snake bit. The shots that we've missed this year that could have won games, the free throw. Now I'm hoping that as we finish, we start making those now. Made some of them today.
Austin Miller, you have the last question.
Is there any relief going on right now that you're all able to finally get a win and maybe start stacking? And what about Lance tonight? 12 rebounds, hustling
Unbelievable.
once again.
I went and hugged him after. I pulled him out and I said, your fight was unbelievable. The way you went after the balls, the way you were physical. He's really, really intelligent and smart. He's one of the guys that his execution on offense and defense is on point because he focuses and he knows it. So I gave him a hug. I gave Olivier, because I told Olivier today, man, I believe in you. Before the game, I believe in you. Just go get 10 rebounds and you're going to see how this stuff starts changing for you. So, but, you know, I look at this for these kids and I say this. You asked me a question, Austin. If winning becomes it's a relief. You can't do what I'm doing. You can't do what these kids are doing. Winning is an unbelievable joy. Losing stinks. I hate it. But I'm not going to lash out at kids that I care about. I'm not going to throw kids under the bus that I care about. I'll take it on. It's my problem. But I hate it. I grieve. I can't sleep. And you know what? I haven't been through this too much. So I'm learning about myself, learning about myself as a coach. I just want to make sure I stay on the mission, which is help individual players understand what it means to be one heartbeat. Get individual players to understand what you need to do to elevate your game. And then, for me, have joy in this. Have fun. I'm telling you, this was about joy, not a relief. Not for me anyway.
All right. Thank you, Coach.